Welcome back to another episode of Elite Conversations, where we interview business owners about their journey and their strategies. Today's guest is Murphy Kennedy, and he's a former athlete turned DJ and entrepreneur who's mastered the art of building brand in a competitive nightlife industry. He dominates the biggest clubs in Vegas and San Diego, and he's turned his creativity and strategy into serious business. Thank you for coming today, Murphy.
Of course, man. I appreciate you.
Let me ask you this. What's the secret to dominating the Vegas Megaclubs, especially landing them as clients and getting them to invite you back over and over?
I don't think it's a secret, but it's just do good work. Industry, do good work. You got to stand out. You got to catch attention of the right people, and they don't want you back. It doesn't want good work, right?
Exactly. Is there any other features that, some people do have good music, but if they don't have this, then it's never going to happen for them?
Yeah, I think some other good features are going to balance your ability to network. It's huge in the industry, especially nightlife. You have to be able to network with people that you want to play for. Present and stay at the top of mind. Personality helps, and then also your tenaciousness and how much do you want it. There's DJ, marketing, there's competition. There's other people that want to do the same thing you're doing. And what are you going to do that to stand?
How do you start that network, or what specific ways could someone network if they want to land those bigger deals?
Yeah, I think if you want to land big deals, you kind of got to go to the mecca. So you have to kind of go to where are the people where's the buying and selling, where are the news, where's all taking place? Is it after hours meetings, coffee shops, is it happy hours, networking events, or wherever that is, you have to find a way to do something in that room and shake some hands, do some meetings.
How do you know where those deals happen if you haven't done it before?
Well, you have to do your research. And by me research, I mean, it can be as simple as asking somebody. Where is, the booker from ABC Club? Where does he hang out? Where's his go? When's his birthday? Celebrate. What is the, different things you can do, kind of act like a detective.
Okay.
We're like, how does the detective solve a murder?
Yeah.
He doesn't, go, hey, who killed this person? No, he has to look at clues. He has to go find out. Ask the names. Find that information and why that is.
Well, let me ask you this. What made you want to leave baseball to pursue more entrepreneurial endeavors?
Leaving baseball wasn't an easy decision. I love baseball to this day. I love baseball, but I like to do things that I excel at. I like to do things that I do at a high level. And not necessarily playing baseball at a high level, maybe not the highest level that I wanted to be at. But I knew I wanted to pursue something where I would let turn into and dictate my own schedule and strategy.
Oh, yeah.
That is entrepreneur space.
What was your first business?
First business was actually a carpet. Well, actually, let's back up. My first business, I was selling big CDs.
Oh, that's retro.
I opened a bank account for it. My first official business was celebration.
What made you choose that opportunity?
Well, it kind of chose me. My teammate in college, he had started the business. He needed some public marketing, and so I kind of joined him on as a partner. And this past year, I was always good at marketing side, advertising, networking. So it was just kind of a good synergy.
And you said you went to college for psychology.
Yeah.
So how has that knowledge of how humans work influenced, your career, your business journey, and how do you leverage that to this day?
Yeah, I think when you have an understanding of the human brain and what makes people tick, what makes them respond to certain things, at an advantage, it's like, email psychology. It's kind of have the inside edge on what makes an email tick better at dating. Your business, what the consumer makes them purchase, what makes them book a call with you, what makes them meet up with you, have higher success rates.
What's the biggest thing that causes people to book a call with you or want to buy your service?
The biggest thing I would say is being able to solve a problem. So if they come to me with an issue and I can give them kind of like a teaser of how I can solve it, but they have to get the full answer on the call with me. I'm more likely to book a call because I'm tapping their curiosity.
Boom. How did you win the 2010 Red Bull DJ competition against all these other DJs.
Oh, 2012 was.
Oh, 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, man, I think for that, I just made sure that I covered the three bases that it was looking for. You know, playing a good set, obviously,
Mhm.
bringing people out there to support, and then just bringing the energy to that room. So I remember that was at San Diego State. It's changed about knowing that. But at that time, I was just starting out and learning Instagram marketing and Facebook marketing at the time, and just learning how to follow people to my accounts and get them to come out to my gigs. So that's just kind of how I remember that competition was. Doing a good job playing a good music. Sure, my network was strong, powering people, actually get people on the party bus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, just covered all of this. And networked
Right.
with all the right people in the nightlife industry at the time, so I had their support.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's competition about all about 100% skill.
Nah, exactly. And a lot of people don't like to hear that. They think if I'm just really good at my craft, then be so good that they can't ignore you, but people will ignore you if you don't know the right people. How do you get a lot of people to show up at a club when you're playing?
Well, I think there has to, it's like same as sales. It has to be something they want to do. It has to be attractive to them. So I like to create, especially in my market, I like to create tidbits like today. I posted something. Kennedy dropping this controversial new track tonight.
Sports.
Like, whoa, what's the track?
What's it going on?
Yeah. It has to be kind of like something fun, a story behind it, something more than just alcohol and drinks. That's your kind of thing. Agree to that. Cool. They're gonna show up just for that. But I think they show up because they want to hear good music, experience.
Yeah.
They show up for the experience. Get that experience with people and sell it to them. Then they show up.
How are you looking to grow now in your career?
Now I'm looking to grow more recently. I'm looking to grow my fan base, Spotify, YouTube, music I put out as well. So it's just,
So not just live stuff.
yeah.
Also grow. Okay.
I want to probably gonna want to leave a legacy. She said this game, and I said it's not just he was a performer on live, but also that he left some good music behind.
Boom. And what made you realize that was more important now? Like, why didn't you do that 10 years ago?
We're just looking at the landscape of things. Now there's been a shift more than ever because DJing is so popular and everybody wants to be a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's still levels. Never. Of course, DJ there's extra, right? So a lot of people on the novice level are trying to work their way up. But because the deal is so popular, what separates you? What really separates you? And any college kid can how to get to a show popular social media. So that's not that doesn't necessarily DJ.
Right.
But what's really separating DJs now is the ability to play high energy sets that keep the dance people engaged and want to come back for more. And also putting out tracks that are trending that people want to come to the club or to the festival to specifically hear those tracks. Like show up at Calvin Harris set. Come to hear they being so ghost.
It's a force field. Yeah.
Here. So that's what he's known.
Something you said on I forgot where you said this, but you said that modern DJs have to be equal parts musician and data analyst. And I'm curious what you meant by that.
Yeah, well, you have to know the numbers, and you have to. What I meant by that is like keeping up with the trends. So DJing is a business, just like other things are a business. You have to know, the data of your specific business.
Exactly. What kind of metrics do you track, and how do you track them, and how do you analyze them?
Well, a lot of times I look at where are people going, what type of music are they listening to, where they live, like where when it comes to and it's easy. What does it take to have fun?
Okay.
What is fun? Right? What type of music? How long is that music being played? For example, an open format. How long until you're just tired of that? 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes is it? How long until I'm tired of just hearing the headbanging ADM? And a lot of that is done visually. A DJ that pays attention to his desk, just to your audience, so kind of visually quantify that data and become a better, because you're not tired audience.
What are you doing in terms of business right now? You said you had a software company, right? Or a marketing agency?
Yeah. So I started a digital marketing agency back in 2017, focused on social media marketing development. So I've kind of taken that to a new level. Launched Sway Music Agency last year that helps specifically artists, independent artists, DJs get their social media presence well known on Instagram, their Spotify, and their YouTube presence. And then also I bought a company called Social Spike, which added to the Suede umbrella.
So you acquired the company?
Yeah, we acquired the company. Actually, we're buying services from and reselling.
Oh.
We own socialspike.com, which is the YouTube and Spotify marketing company.
And how do you guys promote content on YouTube or Spotify?
Through ads. Yeah,
Through ads.
So through Spotify, we have a team, a very skilled team, best at what they do, that actually creates ads in the Spotify creators platform.
Oh.
And we can, what we do is we target lookalike audiences, and then we promote the Spotify profile or the single if they want, and we push that out to their target audience. And we guarantee, the cool thing about our company is we're able to guarantee a certain amount of streams per month based on what package that they purchased. And how we can guarantee it is that we will run the ads successfully until those numbers.
What type of artists would be best served by your type of services? Is there a minimum they have to be at, or?
Well, there's no minimum. I like working with the up and coming developing artists. My passion has always been to work with artists that are trying to get somewhere, not necessarily they're already somewhere. You realize the egos are a little different when you're working hard to get out there. And, I obviously I want to work with artists that have a budget, that have set aside a budget for their marketing and not just a budget for being in the studio. But we work with artists of all different shapes and sizes, all different musical backgrounds, from electronic music to indie house to dance to hip hop to country, you name it. Worked with them all.
What do you think was the biggest turning point in your life?
That's a good one. You know how to pause for.
Yeah.
I think the biggest turning point of my life was probably when my grandfather passed away, because he was like the symbol of strength for me, that I thought eternal strength, that, that life was eternal, that nothing could ever happen. And I think that moment, I realized that life was finite. I realized that, people do get older, and that I really needed to focus more on my craft and like what I wanted to do, because he left his legacy that I followed. So I realized that I wanted to do things in my life where I could leave my legacy, and it kind of just got me a little more focused, and realizing it, and it kind of changed my perspective on life itself. I'm not afraid of people dying anymore. Like, I know it's going to happen. I know it's a thing we don't talk about, but death is a real thing.
Yeah.
It kept me kind of more grounded in life, while people are scared about planes crashing and, president. I'm just like, dude,
we're all going to die someday.
We're all going to die.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter. And if I'm fortunate to die in a plane crash, then so be it. Flying is my favorite.
Well, I hope you don't die in a plane crash. But if anybody's going to die in a plane crash, the amount you fly is holy crap. So
that was a big turning point, because it took a lot of the fear of life away, because I was just dreading that moment.
Yeah.
Like my whole life. And then when it happened, it kind of like took that fear away. I'm like, okay, people die. I'm going to die. The world's going to all die at some point.
Yeah. It's like,
we're going to do something now.
Yeah. Time keeps going on. The world keeps moving, keeps spinning.
Yeah.
Well, something that I know with DJs is normally you guys are up very late. You travel different time zones. So how do you keep really strong health despite, staying up later, traveling across time zones frequently?
Yeah, I think it's all about having a plan, and then also having some discipline, knowing what to stay away from. Like, I've never been into like drugs, never been into drinking. Like, I took all last year off, did not drink alcohol at all. This year I've had a couple of drinks here and there socially, but I think those things, if left unchecked, can lead to health issues. A lot of DJs are alcoholics. A lot of DJs are drug addicts.
Oh yeah.
Some of them know it. Some of them don't. And I think that's just a product of the environment. I think also when it comes to travel and nutrition, I talked to James Hype about this, and it's about, tracking everything, just having a plan for yourself, whether it's a nutrition plan, you're going to be on the road, having some, meal preps with you or beef jerky, drinking plenty of water, getting enough sleep, tracking your sleep, making sure you're getting those required amounts of sleep.
How do you make sure that you get enough sleep?
I'm not the best at that.
Okay.
There's nights where I sleep well. There's nights where I don't sleep because I'm up and working on music and I don't sleep at all. But when I am focused on my sleep, I tell myself there's a cutoff time to this day. To be in bed by this time, and you're going to wake up by this time.
Okay.
On the other room, and I'm really good. I have a mental clock where I can literally tell myself, this is no bullshit, like I've done this. I'll tell myself, I want to wake up at 10:07 a.m. And my mental clock will wake me up at 10:07 a.m.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's why I really don't have to use alarm clocks, but I do use them as a safety net. But the sleep thing is, I think, the hardest because you're constantly shifting.
Oh, yeah.
4 a.m, and then that's been the hardest. But the nutrition, I have a plan for that. Follow that plan.
What's your nutrition plan?
Well, I'm pretty simple. I had a nutritionist make it up for me. It's in my phone, actually. And I'm just pretty simple, man. I'm like rice, ground beef, or ground turkey, fish, and chicken. And I just pretty much eat that throughout the week.
Do you travel with your pre-prepared food?
So I make my food. So I have a place out here in Vegas.
Okay.
It's in San Diego.
Oh,
so I make the food at the house and freeze it. And so then when I get to, wherever I'm staying for that week, I can just simply pop it out and warm it up, and it's good to go. So it's just, like manual meal prep involved. That also limits the amount of times you eat out, because a lot of times we impulse eat.
Yeah.
We're like, I'm just hungry, I need to get something. But if you have some food at the house,
it's like, why not
just like, I just go home.
Yeah, exactly.
I got food.
So you already made it.
Yeah.
When you were starting out in your DJ career, did you start out really good, or how was your come up?
Without knowing what I wanted, but I wasn't bad, but I had good training. So I went to DJ school.
Oh, okay.
Well, I always had a good ear for music, had a good song selection. I knew what to play next and what sounded good. I learned more of that once I went to DJ school, learned about the Camelot wheel and harmonic mixing and things like that. I think coming up, I was just a strictly house DJ. Then I had to adapt and get more into like open format, they call it, which is being able to blend all genres. So I had to learn hip hop, I had to learn Latin, I had to learn, different subcategories of music. And it got better and better as it went on. Knock on wood, I haven't had a bad set in a long time.
That's good.
You usually get really good reviews, and I think that's what's helped me. Like I said, do good work. It'll help you in the long run. But I just think as you learn a craft and you get better at a craft, it's usually through experience. The more experience you have, the more you can play for any crowd, any room, any venue.
Did you ever want to quit?
There was a time, yeah. I think there was one time, ironically, right before COVID, when things just seemed like they weren't progressing. I'm all about progression.
Right, growth.
Things I think it was like 2018, maybe even early 2019, where it just wasn't working. A lot of no book places and goals to get into Vegas. Vegas wasn't happening and as much as I wanted to. And I was just like, I just go fully into this digital marketing thing, man. Like way more chill, like work remote, home office, like
yeah.
Maybe. I think COVID hit. Gave me a taste of just doing the marketing business.
Okay. So you tried out, what if I didn't do this DJ thing?
Because in 2020, everything,
oh yeah.
I had a full calendar that was just deleted because of COVID. So
damn,
I think that gave me the taste of just being an office guy, kind of.
And how was that?
It was cool, but it was also kind of boring. Like lonely,
Oh yeah.
But, I realized I like having that dual life.
So how do you manage your schedule? Is it first 6 hours a day is the business and then the last 6 hours is DJ, or how do you balance that?
Well, I've tried to, I have to do both. You're right. It is a balancing act. When I'm in Vegas, I try to make the majority of my day be dedicated with music because this business is based here.
Right.
When I'm in San Diego, that's where my social media business is. I make the majority of that day based on clients, appointments, service. That's handled. Fortunately, I do have a team that I delegate a lot of things to. So a lot of it's just checking in, making sure things are being handled, and anything that's not being handled, how to handle it. So it's a delicate balance of just getting everything done in the hours that I have and making sure I allow enough time for the things that are most important. it's a priority thing, right?
Oh yeah. Picking what's the one thing I could do.
Yeah.
Where if I did this, everything else would be easier
Right.
or unnecessary.
Has me the least amount of stress.
Mm.
What's important I can get is that this client that needs this thing that I can send an email to and get it solved, and that's done. So it's off my head. That's all I'm about. It's like mental headspace. That's usually by just what's more pressing, get that done, and then I can move on to the fun stuff. Music, DJ, that's just all fun.
That's all fun stuff.
That's all fun stuff.
Because I remember you said it was also like a business.
It's a business. It definitely is a business. By that, I mean, just like any business, you have to network, you have to do billing, and then you have to, keep up with the trends and download music, produce music, get sounds. But at the end of the day, it's a fun business.
Yeah.
Making and performing music.
Boom.
Yeah. So it's
Well, we'll finish this off here. And I have one last question for you, Murphy. We have a lot of, young business owners or entrepreneurs or ambitious people watching this podcast. So what's one lesson that you would want to give to that audience to help them on their journey on the come up before they've made it?
Yeah, just set yourself up for success. I mean, by that, I mean, own your own, DBA at least. Open your big bank account. Taxes, like that's the most important thing that no one talks about is you're not a real business unless you pay. I mean, yeah, how you feel about taxes, it's a thing.
Oh yeah.
Tax, state tax, just making sure you're reporting your taxes every year. Because if not, I'm just talking about how things are now. I don't know what's going to happen, 5 years down the road.
Right.
What the president might do. But the Internal Revenue Service is a real thing, and they will come after you if you don't file your taxes.
Oh yeah.
We'll get you. So it's the biggest thing. Make sure you are a legitimate business. You're set up. Your systems are set up. And then, go make some money. But yeah.
Did you have trouble with that at one point?
No, not really, because
Amen.
I've always had
IRS gets their money.
Yeah, had good guidance when it comes to tax preparation. So I've always been on top of that stuff. Yeah. So I've been blessed in that area.
Murphy, it was good to have you on, man. Where can these people find you?
On Instagram, Murphy Kennedy, Murphy with an I, Kennedy with the Y, like the president. So